here in the top of the first. The ZT Prospects national team will be the home team here going against BAM Sports. And we'll get your defensive set here in just a moment as the new ZT Parks location, new AstroTurf just recently laid here. And Victorio shallow to the shortstop side, and the ball's pulled in.
Keep working, boys.
So 2 outs on the books, and O'Quinn right side cut foul and out of play. And if you park out here, you're parking at your own risk. We just heard that ball bounce off a car. Hopefully you've got good insurance. Tight parking right around this particular area of the field. A lot of foul balls get outside the park. Pitch on the way, curveball, chopped foul at the plate, slider. And the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes.
Go, Jay.
And a ball's upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. So an even count here on Easton O'Quinn. Martinez evens things up here at the plate. And 2 outs here and a 2-2 count at the top of the first frame. The 2-2 pitch upstairs, fastball missing up. The count goes full at 3-2. Outside ball 4, O'Quinn gets on board with the walk. And Martinez puts the 3-hitter on board for the Prospect. Stepping in, Blake Barberena. So Barberena steps into the box here. Ready to go. O'Quinn over on the first base side. Martinez from the stretch. Well hit ball. That ball's ripped to the right side. And a solid shot for Barberena, gets on board with a single and moves O'Quinn over to second, 90 feet. So a solid barrel for Barberena and a quick visit out to the bump there. So stay with us as things early on. Game number 1, the 2025 Cinco de Mayo tournament here at the new ZT Parks location. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I'm just waiting to hear from always a good chat with and Brody Taylor takes a chop foul, and the count goes to 2-1. We know that for you folks at home that are enjoying the game here, we've got the scoreboard a little bit low, so we're going to make an adjustment here at the bottom half of the inning. And we apologize for that, kind of a new setting out here at the ZT Parks facility. Beautiful location. Pitch on the way. And right side pulled foul. So Brody Taylor takes a cut there and pulls it foul off the first base side. So O'Quinn will shuffle back, and Barberena, Easton over at second, and a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Ball's outside. The count goes full at 3-2. So full count to Brody Taylor, and runners will be on the go here with 2 outs. Pitch on the way, outside ball 4. So Martinez loses Brody Taylor and puts him on board with a walk, and the bases are juiced for Jimmy Stout. Stout will step in, and Martinez just trying to settle down here in the top of the first frame. No score, game number 1 of 2. The prospects will play at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Curveball there. And Martinez will work ahead in the count. The count is 0-1. Coach Sam down on the first base side. Coach Carlos the skipper. Jimmy Stout right side. That ball is deep and into the parking lot. And I think that might have just missed a car. No. Count.
Go, Jay. Working.
Hit ball. So Mason, a big cut to the left side in left field. And we'll talk about the defensive set over on the left field side. Cameron Walters had to go deep there. And Mason ends up with a single on board here with 1 out. What's going on here? So Ortega, the 3-hitter, the shortstop, steps in here with Manavong. And a 2-1 count with Tom over on the first base side. Bedar holds him on behind the plate this afternoon. Monster Victoria from the stretch. Manavong will work the 2-1 pitch.
There you go, kid.
And a good backhand play. Easton O'Quinn, trouble at second. The correction, Charlie Blaylock from short had to roll to his right, a little off balance, and Barberena gets pulled away in a miscue there. And runners at the corners. 1 out here, bottom of the first frame, no score. Stepping in the 4-hitter. Batter Johnson, Marcus center fielder. And Manavong will lead off with a strike. The count is 0-1. And a ball misses out. The count goes to 1-1. And did he go at the plate? Yes, he did, says our umpire, Ken. And the count goes to 1-2. So. Fastball upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. Pitch on the way, curveball, strike called on the outside, and that'll do it. So Johnson will have a seat. Manavong will get the strikeout, and 2 outs on the books here. Samisi will step in. So Samisi ready to go here. Runners still at the corners. Manavong to deal. Fastball, cut foul, straight back. Third base side, O'Quinn. Routine play there, and they'll turn it. They'll leave 2 on the bags. No score. We'll go to the second. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And a ball to play. Deep. That goes to 3-2. So Martinez brings it back to a 3-2 count as Bedar steps back in. And Bedar with a well hit ball, and that ball drops in for a single. So Bedar gets on board, and that'll bring up Brandon Manavong. Well, Manavong steps in from the stretch. Martinez works. Slider just misses off the plate. The count's 1-0. Manavong, high fly ball. Center fielder calling for it and makes a move, and we'll pull it in. So Johnson pulls it in for BAM Sports, and they pick up their first out here in the top of the second with no score. And that'll bring in Cameron Walters. Now Walters to step in. Bedar stays parked at first. And Martinez works ahead there. The count is 0-1. And slow roller, shortstop, little trouble there. Good gather and in time.
Keep working, boys. Let's go.
So a good defensive play for Ortega. And they get the second out here, and that'll bring up Tristan Brown.
Go, Jake. Keep working, kid.
So Brown steps in for the prospects.
Boys.
Bedar over at second was able to move up 90 feet as Brown steps in. And slider in, and the count is 0-1. And a ball low. The count goes to 1-1. So Tristan Brown steps back in with a 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second, no score. Game number 1 of 2 today. Bedard shuffling around, fastball up and out, and the count goes to 2-1.
Check this ass out, boys. Let's go.
So Brown steps back in, and the count is 2-1. Tristan, left side, pulled foul. And the count goes to 2-2. So our head umpire, Ken, lets everybody know a 2-2 count here from the stretch. Brown ready to go. The ball is low. The count goes to 3-2. So Martinez takes Tristan Brown to a full count. And Bedard parked at second here. No score. As Brown locked and loaded, ready to go. Right side to the first baseman, should be a routine play. He'll take it himself, and they turned it over. Well, back to live action here. The 2025 Cinco de Mayo Perfect Game Tournament here at the ZT Parks, aka The Yard, as the ZT Prospects 14U national team going up against BAM Sports here. No score, bottom of the second inning. And stepping in the 6-hitter, Noriega comes in as the EH here. And Manavong ready to go. Ken will put it in play. Bottom of the second. And a ball chopped foul. The count is 0-1. And ball. Good cut to the right side, fouls it off, and the count is 0-2. And slider missing there, and the count goes to 1-2. And Manavong comes inside, a good cut, fouled off to the left side. And strike 3 called, so Manavong will get the K there. And a strikeout recorded with 1 out. The 7-hitter, Garcia, Nicholas will step in here, righty-lefty matchup. And a ball out. The count is 1-0. And the count is 2-0. One pitch and misses low there. The count goes to 3-1.
Let's go, Ted.
And a ball cut foul and out of play. So a full count. Charlie Blaylock gathers a bobble there. And Blaylock today with 2 errant plays, which is uncommon for Charlie Blaylock, usually making that play at short. So on board there, reach on air. And stepping in, Manavong from the stretch here. And the ball low, the count is 1-0. So Myers trying to move Garcia around as he gets on. There, so they'll leave one on. And so correction on the pitching change there. David Verusco comes inside for a ball. Verusco with a smile on his face. Blaylock trying to get something going. Both sides getting after it. No score. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Cinco de Mayo tournament here at the Yard, aka ZT Fields here in Orange County. California tournament. High clouds. We had some misty rain earlier today, but good conditions now. The 3-2 pitch one more time. And a high fly ball. Second baseman rolling off to his, trying to get under it, and will pull it in. So a high flyer over on the second base side, and Tomo will pull it in for the out. So Victoria will step in with one out here in the top of the third, and no score. And the ball is low. The count is 1-0. Verduzco just missing low in the zone, and the count goes to 2-0. Victorio steps back in. Top of the third frame, no score. If you're just joining us live, we welcome you this afternoon. And a ball out of play. Victorio, left side, left fielder backing up, a deep route. That ball's got some carry, and to the fence line. And Victorio in with the double. So Victorio gets a piece of it. The left fielder, Troy Kim, good route to the fence line there, and just not able to pull it in. They're going to run for Victorio, the catcher, and Mason Moeller will step on to second base. And stepping in is Easton O'Quinn. So O'Quinn facing Verduzco for the first time. Moeller at second. Second baseman shuffling. And a fastball through, a big cut there. And the count is 0-1. From the stretch. And back up the middle, another fastball, and the 0-2 count on Easton O'Quinn with one out as O'Quinn takes a look there with an 0-2 count. And a ball low and out. The count is 1-2. And a ball out. The count evens up at 2-2.
Adjust it, David, let's go.
And a ball cut foul. O'Quinn takes a slice straight back to us. And the count will hold it 2-2. Well, Moeller parked at second, almost got a little bit of distance on him, about 5 feet here on the second base side. And other than that, everybody's ranged up here with one out. Top of the third, no score. Producer takes a long look. And strike 3 called. And Easton O'Quinn gets caught looking. And the strikeout recorded there. That'll bring in Blake Barberena with Moeller parked at second. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And curveball in for the strike. The count is 0-1. Barberena, that ball is deep, and that ball is long gone. So Barberena pulls the trigger and sends it out of the yard. A 2-run shot there. Barberena got it all off the barrel. You could hear it. And a deep crack off the barrel, and Barberena and the prospects with 2 outs, they strike here. Verduzco hung out one, and Barberena took it deep. It's a 2-0 fair. Stepping in Brody Taylor with the bases empty here. Verduzco ready to go. And the ball's up, the count's 1-0. And Brody Taylor with a big cut there. So Verduska answers back and even things up with the fastball, and the count goes to 1-1. And Taylor takes a cut, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So our head umpire, Ken, lets us know it's a ball and 2 strikes to Brody Taylor. David ready to deal here with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. And a ball low in the inside part of the plate. David's hat flies off every time he releases the ball. Coach going to have to get him something to fit a little better there, but nonetheless, a 2-2 count. And Taylor pulls it foul to the prospect's dugout, and he'll step back in with a 2-2 count. Beautiful backdrop here, as you can see kind of the hills. It looked like something we're in Arizona, directly at center field. Pitch on the way. Brody Taylor, shortstop, good gather, and the pick is in time. So a good play off of the first base side with a good pick and throw over. And that'll do it. But the prospects, Barberena plays the long ball. He picks up 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd frame. Ortega will step in, righty-lefty matchup. Ball gets through, Manavong will get the strikeout. Strike, all right. From the stretch. And will come in. Martinez got back in time. They kind of snuck in the back door there. And count Manavong steps in. Trying to do the best we can, Joe. Hang in there. Jimmy Stout steps in. We're ready to roll. And another swing there at the plate. The count goes to 0-2. So David working ahead on an 0-2 count. And fastball upstairs. The count goes to 1-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3 there. So upstairs, Jimmy Stout takes a cut, and David will get the strikeout. So Manavong will step in with 2 outs. And Brandon looking to extend the inning here. And David ready to go here. Manavong right side, that'll drop in, and Manavong on board with a single as he extends the inning here for the Prospects, and Cameron Walters, the left fielder, will step in. Manavong with good speed over on first, and Walters here looking for a knock. Mike there. And a ball at the plate gets through, and Manavong will move up 90 feet on a ball at the plate. The count is 1-0. And Walters now with an opportunity. And it does. And right side. And a ball low there. Good gather. Right called at the plate. Brown takes a look. The count is 2-1. And the count goes to 3-1. Field perhaps. As Charlie Blaylock steps in from the stretch, David will work. Ball is low. Tristan Brown. There'll be no play in. Victoria, and he'll get at the RBI. Throw back to first base, a good pick. Prospects here is underneath it. Barberena. Ball's deep. Way to third is Charlie Blaylock, the throw. Brody Taylor deep. To the right side, right to the scoreboard, and clears the yard. Tosses with his catcher, and we'll be ready to roll here. Once again, just around the country, and you win. ZT Parks now here, new turf being laid down and some additional growth taking place at this complex over the next few months as the ZT Baseball organization continuing to put back into the communities and doing a nice job at that. Jimmy Stout ready to go, and Nicholas ready to deal. And Nicholas starts off with a strike. The count is 0-1. And a 1-1 count to Stout.
Be on time.
And that ball outside. The count goes to 2-1. And upstairs, ball 3, and the count goes to 3-1. So Garcia just trying to settle in here, taking over here in the top of the 5th. The 3-1 pitch. And that ball is deep. Left fielder backing up, has a beat on it, and should be able to pull it in. So a good grab there, a high fly out to the left side, and that'll do it. But the prospects on the long ball again, they pick up 3. It's a 6-1 affair. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th frame. We'll be right back. Well, back to live action. We're ready to go here as Noriega will step in, the 6-hitter, and takes a cut foul, and the count is 0-1. So Matt playing as the extra hitter here today for BAM Sports. And swing and a miss. Curve ball, Manavong. And an 0-2 count here. And cut outside. And Manavong, 3-pitch, gets the K. And the fastball. And Nicholas Garcia will step in. And a ball outside. The count is 0-1. Garcia laying off, not biting on the outer part of the plate as he locks back in. And a 2-0 count. And Manavong runs it in for the strike. And the count goes to 2-1. And Garcia takes a cut, fouls it back. And the count goes to 2-2. And another cut foul there to the left side and out of play. Heading towards the 5 o'clock hour. And the Prospects will play their second game, scheduled for 5 p.m. As they're just a little bit after 4:33 to be exact, as Nicholas takes another cut and fouls it off. So Ken, our head umpire, takes care of grabbing that one, puts it back in his bag. We'll be ready to go here as Garcia will step back in with a 2-2 count. One out here in the bottom of the 5th. Left side, solid hit for Garcia as he strokes one down to the third base side and on board with a single. And stepping in the 8-hitter, Weston Myers. Myers, the first baseman for the club, will step in. He's got Garcia over on the first base side. Manavong will work from the stretch. Bedar holds him on. Victorio sets up, pitch on the way. Breaking ball missing there. The count is 1-0. And Myers takes a cut and right to the car. Oh, it's a double deal there. 2-for-1 special on the bounce off. Maybe a 3-for-1. So we're setting records here. So Weston Myers owns the 3-for-1 special this afternoon. And for the car owners, well, what do you say? You park at your own risk. The 3-1 pitch. And a strike called on the inner part of the plate. Count goes to 1-2, so Weston will step back in with a 1-2 count. He's got his teammate Garcia at first and Bedar holding on. Manavong will take a look from the stretch. And strike called on the outside part of the plate. And Manavong will get the strikeout. So the 9-hitter, David, will step in. And Manavong runs it in. And the count is 0-1. David takes a cut, fouls it straight back, and the count is 0-2 with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. High fly ball. Tristan Brown having to back up. He'll get underneath it and pull it in. They'll leave one on. We'll head to the 6th. It's a 6-1 affair. Prospects will get on the offensive side. Well, back to live action, ready to go here in the top of the 6th frame. The Prospects playing the long ball game here today. They lead this one 6-1 as Daniel Bedard will step in. D ready to go here. And Bedard takes a cut, fouls it off to the left side. The count is 0-1.
Good cut, D, good cut.
Nicholas Garcia stays on the mound for PAM Sports. Bedard steps back in. And D, another cut to the left side.
That's what gets him comfortable.
Go, D.
Come on, Buckaroo.
And Bedard lays off there, not chasing low. The count goes to 1-2. D just looking for a knock here in the 6th. On deck, Brandon Manavong. And D, left side, staying active and cuts it foul.
Go, D.
And Bedard back to the pitcher there, and so D takes a stroke there and 1 out on the books. So Manavong will step in. Brandon ready to go. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And the ball is up. The count goes to 1-0. And Manavong takes a hack there and fouls it back. And the count will even up at 1-1. And a ball just missing low in, and the count will go to 2-1. So Garcia looking for an out here. Manavong looking for a knock with the bases empty here in the sixth with one out. And Nicholas goes outside, and the count goes to 3-1. And Manavong takes a cut, fouls it off. And Manavong will be ready to go here as the count goes full at 3-2. And Manavong gets it between the wings there the hard way, down 90 feet to first. That just gets away from Nicholas. And Manavong on board, hit by pitch, will bring up Cameron Walters. Nicholas will work from the stretch. Pitch on the way. And a ball's pulled foul down the third base side. Coach Carlos getting out of the way of that one. And the count is 0-1. Manavong at first, and Myers holds him on over there with Garcia working from the stretch. Garcia, a tall pitcher, and of course the short mound strides out. A lot of these guys are striding out off of the mound, and that gets away from Nicholas, and Manavong will move up 90 feet. And a ball at the plate. So Walters steps back in with a 1-1 count, and Manavong at second. And that ball gets through on the left side, and Manavong's going to get held up at third. Coach Carlos shuts him down, and on board Walters with a single. So runners at the corners for the prospects here, and Tristan Brown will step in. Tristan looking for something here with one out, runners at the corners. Walters with good speed at first. And Nicholas just missing low. The count is 1-0. And Nicholas runs it upstairs, just misses out of the zone. The count goes to 2-0. And a 3-0 count. So Tristan disciplined at the plate. And ball four, so Brown will find himself down to first on board with a walk, and back to the top of the order in Charlie Blaylock stepping in. Bases loaded, one out. And a ball low. The count is 1-0. And Nicholas answers back. Good pitch there, able to locate, gets the outer third called. The count goes to 1-1. And the ball's fouled off. The count goes to 1-2. And a shortstop will go the short way there. Fielder's choice. They get one there. And they'll get the advancing runner in Brown, but Blaylock will get on board, and Walters will end up at third, but one comes over in Manavong. They pick up their 7th. And 2 outs for Victorio as he steps in. And we're in the 6th frame. On deck, Easton O'Quinn. Ball out, the count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count to Victorio. And the count is 3-0.
Go, kid. You got this.
So Victorio probably be taking all the way here and forcing Garcia to throw the strike. He's been given the green light, though, on the 3-0 counts in the past. And there, it takes a big stroke, backing up the right fielder. That ball's got some carry. And that ball is gone. So Victorio goes yard and will clear the bases. And a right field ball is hit out of the park. And the Prospects will pick up runs 8 and 9. So the Prospects will pick up 3 more with 2 outs, and Easton O'Quinn will step in with the bases cleared.
I don't know why they don't choose the other field.
And the count is 1-0. And a ball out. The count is 2-0. And Easton O'Quinn deep to the left side. That ball's gone, and O'Quinn will get a solo home run. They'll pick up their 11th. So O'Quinn with run number 11. And O'Quinn gets into the action there. The Prospects bat starting to get hot here. So Blake Barberena will step in, again with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, 11-1 Prospects. And Barberena takes a stroke the right side into the parking lot, which is a high impact area to be parked here. And the count is 0-1. And another cut straight back foul, and Garcia works ahead here at 0-2. And Barberena takes another cut, fouls it back. And Barberena pulls it foul out of play. And I can promise you folks, that is a broken window. It doesn't get any louder than that. It sounded like a gunshot. And a fastball up. The count goes to 1-2. So Nicholas still working ahead here at a ball and 2 strikes on Barberena. And a 2-2 count. And Barberena, high fly ball, center fielder making the adjustment. Should have a routine grab there as he pulls it in. So they'll turn it over, but the prospects add on. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th here, pitching change for the prospects. Right-hander Jimmy Stout will take over. So we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th frame. The prospects leading this one 11-1. Stepping in to start things off, the 10-hitter Troy Kim, the left fielder for BAM Sports. And the prospects, as I mentioned here, will play 2 games in day number 1 of the 2-day tournament here at the Cinco de Mayo event. As Jimmy Stout ready to go, Ken puts it in play. And fastball in for the strike. The count is 0-1. Oh, an 0-2 count. And a ball missing there. The count goes to 1-2. And strike three called on the outside part of the plate, caught looking. And Stout will get the strikeout and one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Stepping in, number 18, Miles Ortega. And a big cut at the plate there, and Stout runs it through, and the count is 0-1. And a fastball up, a 1-1 count as Ortega lays off. And a slider missing there. The count goes to 2-1. And Stout runs it in low for ball three. It's a 3-1 count. And ball four, so Stout gives up a walk to Miles Ortega, and that'll bring up the batter, Jack. Blackfoot will step in with one out. Bedar holding on Garcia. Correction, Ortega over on the first base side. Pitch on the way. And in for the strike. The count is 0-1. Count is 1-1. Back pick to Bedar, and back in time is Ortega as he dives back in. Victoria attempting, and the count goes to 2-1. Hard hit ball, center field. Tristan Brown laying it out. And what a grab for the center fielder, Tristan Brown. Showing some athleticism there and going to his right. A hard hit ball. But Brown will pull it in for the second out. So 2 outs. Down to their final out here, and Martinez will step in. Jay was the starting pitcher for the club and takes a swing there at the plate. The count is 0-1. And then they brought David in, and then closing things out here was Nicholas Garcia for them on the pitching side. The 0-1 pitch. Stout works ahead. Ball misses outside. The count gets even to 1-1. Bedar holding on over in the first base side. Pitch on the way. Right side, one hopper. Bedar will get back to the bag. Blaylock takes care of it, and that'll do it. So the Prospects, they do it in 6, an 11-1 affair. BAM Sports will play again. A good run for the Prospects. Both clubs getting after it here this afternoon. Chris Allard with the call. It's been a pleasure here. The 2025 Cinco de Mayo tournament here, brought to you by Perfect Game at the ZT Baseball Fields. Well, this one's in the book. Sportsmanship, that's what it's about. They'll shake hands at the plate, coaches and players. And the Prospects will get another one in the books here today. This one's officially done. Game number 2 coming up here in about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll bring it to you live. For now, we'll say so long from ZT Parks.